What's good, family? You already know who it is. The Brick Brother coming to another video. And I want to talk to y'all very quickly and very candidly. Before I get started, please like, share, subscribe. And thank you to all my new subscribers who have just subscribed to this channel. I want to talk very quickly about remediate classes. What I mean by remediate classes is classes that you have to take when you're first entering college or during the time that you're in college. That basically get you re-educated or reintroduced to certain course, I guess you could say, terminologies and concepts that'll help you out. So the majority of remedial class, like English remedial class, which is basically well, you basically already know what remedial is. I may leave the definition down there. Basically a class that will help you gear up for a college ready or college level class. And it's particularly big. I wouldn't say big, or I wouldn't say, because I don't want to stereotype as a whole, because it's big in a lot of communities. But I hear a lot of brothers saying they have to take remedial math classes, they have to take remedial English classes, and that's not all of us. Thank God, even though the media tries to trade as all of us, but it is, enough of us to make a video about it. And the reason why I make this video about it, I'm currently in hopefully my second to last semester of college at this particular school that I'm at right now, about to get my degree. And I'm finishing up, I guess what you could say is one of my last I wouldn't call it a remedial class, but it was a class I had to take that basically would ensure that I could take the next class that I'm trying to take. So it's basically like a bridge from this to this, to that point to that point. You understand what I'm saying? And you got to understand that I have a high 3-point something GPA, and I'm in many clubs and just very involved and hands on in campus. But even I had to take a remedial class, both a remedial math and English class. And the thing is so funny, when I first graduated from high school, in going into college, I had already written my first book. So here I am, a published author. Um, not a New York bestseller, but I'm a published author. I put out books, and I've written literature, and I've done pieces for certain magazines. I won several English writing contests. I won several poetry contests. I mean, here I am, just flawless, but because I wouldn't say flawless, but here I am, proficient enough where I think that I can move on to a college, level class. And just because I took the ACT and didn't get the quote unquote perfect score on a test, they said that I did not qualify, I guess, to move straight to a college level course, that I had to take a remedial class. So I'm saying there's no shame in my game. Y'all know me. Y'all know I'm 100% honest. We all family here on this channel. And y'all know I give it to you straight. Here I am, accomplished author, written author, going into my second book. I think I'd already written my second book, just not had published it yet. And here I am in a remedial class, remedial class, whatever you call it, taking English and remedial math, and found that I actually did need the remedial math. And in some bases, if you look at my writing from my first ever book to my writing that I did with like Abernathy magazine, even I did have help from the head boss over there. Shout out to Abernathy magazine. If you've never heard of it, it's a magazine for young black men. I definitely advise you to go check it out. I'm gonna leave a link inside my article in the description box below, but I may not leave in the description box. You can just find it yourself on Abernathy magazine. It's going to be on there. But I make the idea that I had taken a remedial class when I was quote unquote an expert on this topic of authorship and books. My professor had not even written a book. I had written a book. I was the author. So I make the point is not saying that I knew more than they did, because it was a great professor, showed me the ropes, and just a really, really sweet lady who was my first ever English professor. But I took that remedial class. But there's no shame in that. The remedial class sometimes counts towards your degree at that particular university, but it does not transfer over to, if you have to change to another university, it does not count, because the remedial class is just college level. You get the college credits, but they really don't apply to a college degree if you go somewhere else, or kind of, it just depends on how your state does and how your college does. But I make the point is this. Here I was, probably the most accomplished writer in the room from a outside the college ranks, But as I went into college, I was a regular person like everybody else. So don't let one little score determine, what it is. Don't let the ideal of a remedial class or having to take a class, having to take one step up instead of just not being propelled to that level. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let that get down, because even I had to take it. And I found that I actually needed to. Funny, my English professor, after I had written about my second or third paper, my English professor pulled me to the side and she told me, she said, "What are you doing inside this class?" And I told her, the ACT and the school told me that I needed English. She said, "Well, you're right, it doesn't really reflect it." I said, "Well, that's what they told me I needed." She was saying, "Yeah, you need this part and that part," but still, she was saying that it's hard to judge that because some students just may need technical help, like grammar or punctuation or whatever it may be, just need the involvement of more transitional words versus another student who legitimately needs help with writing. And she was saying it's an unfortunate, it's a gray area in school in this academic world period, but I just make the basis, and again, it's a very short video, just saying don't be discouraged at all by the fact of having to take a remedial class, but take pride in knowing that you're in college. Take pride in knowing that you're strong, that you're determined, and that you can do it. You see what I'm saying? If it seems hard, I would tell you get started early. Don't wait. Don't let it all pile up and wait till the last minute. I would definitely tell you I did that with one of my classes. Heck, probably even last semester, even a little bit this semester. I didn't wait till the last minute, but it was so overwhelming. I was being stubborn. I'm like, I'm gonna learn it myself. I don't need nobody. But then towards the midpoint, I said, yeah, I need to get some tutoring. I got some tutoring, and now this is actually one of my better classes. I'm doing pretty well, and I still got finals to go and still got everything. So even as I'm sitting up here right now, I'm preparing for finals. But I took the time out of preparing for finals and studying. As I'm thinking about this, I'm on my second to last semester. Still got a 3 point something GPA in many clubs and organizations, and I'm actually in my school's honor society, or honors program, or whatever you call it. And that's me taking a remedial classes. I took remedial math and remedial English. So I just say, just don't think about, or just don't worry about that. And I just want to take the time to inspire and motivate and say that if I can do it, definitely you can. If anybody can, if I can do it, you definitely can. So just take the time out, study. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't get discouraged. And if that help is available, and a lot of opportunities are available for help, take advantage of that help. So it's there. But peace and blessing each and every one of y'all. You already know who it is. It's your boy. I'm on to the next one.